Alrighty, Joey Lynn again, and this time we're playing The One by Obeliskus. Oh, it's Obeliskus because I was based off of the Yu-Gi-Oh card Obelisk the Tormentor, so it is Obeliskus for anybody who's wondering about that pronunciation. This is in the Epic Game Library. It's a very challenging action game. It's not actually from 2009. It was just privated, taken out of the public eye, and then republished on the state. It's actually, I think, like a really early 2008 game. I think we can see in the comments. Real quick. Oh, I can't like. Yeah, I can't like see what the date is of like this very first comment. Oh well. Yeah, early 2008 game. Reason it's in the Epic Game Library is that it was extremely high standard for an action game at the time for enemy placement, um, and item placement and all this other stuff. And you had to be very strategic about how you were handling all the action scenes. Which is like not really something that a lot of game makers did at the time. Nowadays, it's like it's fine. It's not really anything to write home about compared to the kind of the standards that we have nowadays. Especially since I think I'd put somebody like Check the Pan, who's like the user who's had the most games featured of like any member on the website. I feel like Check the Pan is the best member on the website in terms of like spaceship action games. So like that's kind of that's my standard of like I need to make sure I don't die here. Oh crap, that didn't work out very well. My standard of like the best action games that one has ever made with the shooter. So they're not really up to that level, but you know, it's in the Epic Game Library because of like what it was at the time. Should it still be on there at this point? I would say so, but this is also one of the ones that I'm not like super 100% married to. It's good. It's all good. It's fun. It's also pretty easy to break. Yeah, definitely. Although maybe that again kind of puts it above some of the newer games that are just so unbelievably difficult. It's impossible to do anything. Unfortunately, I am low health, so this is like how I have to handle this situation right now. Oh, fuck it. Oh, just die already! There we go. Alright, ooh, that's not good. Alrighty, now we have to restart the game. Probably have to take it a little bit slower to make sure that I handle everything. First of all, send 2 bots up there, send 2 bots up here. Yeah, this is where I need to be to send 2 cannonballs. Yeah, that was fairly successful. I'm trying to remember. I want to say this game came out before. This game came out before Escapee. Like those two games, their kind of their like legacy is very entangled with one another. Crap. They are like Escapee and the One are typically thought of as like are very much typically thought of as a pair because Too Cool and Obeliskos, like way back in 2008, were like the two most popular members on the Sploder forums. The two people who like really pushed for standards of earlier games to be better. That didn't really do anything. At least I have a lot more health this time, and hopefully I'll be able... Yeah, awesome. Lots more health this run. And so it really is just a matter of being, like, strategic with these early rooms here. And this, it's also not a super long game. Like, after I get through here, I'm going to be going down this way. And there's invisibility there, and invisibility there. I need to... I'm trying to remember if like you can actually get this, or if it's just like a trap and you have to... I think it might just be like you really just have to take this key out without like that atomic, and then use all of that invisibility to get the whole way back. So now we're having kind of the famous shooter game lag, but the trade-off with that is that it's easier to kill a key with the bots whenever you're lagged like that. Alright, let's do this. I don't think there's an invisibility underneath you. Yeah, first invisibility I think is up here. Yep. Cool. So we've unlocked this. Yeah, and really just like a fun climactic moment here. But that's the one. Again, not super complicated or anything. Very high standard for the time that it was released. And that's mainly why it's in the Epic Game Library. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.